What's cracking with you people? This is Devious Wolf and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. In the last one, we played one of my favorite set piece missions from the game, from Grand Theft Auto. At least in the beginning portion, it does get better from here on out. We invaded some dude's house and stole his guns. Apparently he was a racist too, so it made it all the better. And this one we're just going to keep on going with Riders missions, but first I want to show off a few things. One, this little eye icon. What does it do? It's pretty much small tutorial blips. These are in case you need a refresher or whatever on a particular aspect of the game. Also, these brass knuckles have been here since the beginning of the game, you know. Following in classic 3D Grand Theft Auto tradition, you can run into certain you can find weapons floating about on the overworld. Though unlike Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City, I think. Yes, Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City, they don't glow. So you have no idea of actually knowing what exactly it is you're going to pick up or where it is, unless you notice something spinning that's not supposed to be spinning. Now what I'm going to do this time around is I'm going to show off one of the last few customization features of San Andreas. And that's the tattoo shop. Before we get into that proper, one thing to mention, on the Xbox Arcade, if you hold the left direction on the directional pad, you can bring up your stats. Now these aren't all your stats, these are just basic overall stats, you know, respect, stamina, muscle, fat, sex appeal, that kind of thing. If you go into the pause menu, and you go to stats, you can view more stats than usual. I say more stats than usual. You can view all your stats overall. As you can see, we have all your skill stats here, your armor stats, you know, your number of meals eaten, why that's brought up, I don't know, your luck, number of hospital visits, times drown, armor, that kind of stuff. And this does help to some degree. This gives you your weapon skills in certain weaponry and whatnot, and honestly, you don't have to worry about this too much. Just because as you go through the game, you will be leveling up certain skills and whatnot, and honestly, the only thing I can really distinguish between. Oh, by the way, as you can see, we have the Uzi instead of the Tech 9 now. Yeah, that happened because the last mission we did automatically replaces your gun. But as you can see, you know, you will be using these guns, and as you use them, they will level up and get certain abilities. Right now, the only thing you need to worry about is the skill bar, not the actual skill ranking. That's the only thing you need to worry about. Now, on to the tattoos.
Take a seat, dude.
Now, for the tattoos, these tattoos are not as extensive as some in Grand Theft Auto 5. You definitely get a lot more tattoos in the game, make no mistake. And these aren't the only ones you get, but this is something you can do if you so choose. Now I'm not going to get too many here. I think I might get maybe I might get one or two. I might get one or two. It's not going to make too big a difference in the long run, because the one downside to it is that once you get a tattoo, it's pretty much on you the entire game. You can't remove a tattoo, which I think was let's see, which one was this one? I think this one was just stomach. What I think was indicative of how tattoos were viewed at the time, because I do remember a thing where it was like, if you put a tattoo on, you weren't going to get it off. Now, I'm not going to worry about the getting tattoo right now. I think I might get... I might go ahead and get the Grove Street tattoo.
Okay, you're marked for life.
But you're probably never going to see it again. But yeah, that's something you can do. And there's a lot of tattoos in the game. Not once again, not as extensive as Grand Theft Auto 5 or games like Saints Row. But there are enough that if you want to dabble in it, you can. And I think that's one of the last few character customization options you get in the game. You know, in terms of what you can do. Like now once again, they will open up based on certain criteria met in the game, like certain story beats and whatnot. But once again, that's like the last thing you can do with your character. Now, nothing I want to show off before we get straight into the missions is this. This is a bar. And in the bar, you can participate in a wide variety of events. I don't think you can purchase anything to drink here, but you can. I think you can play. You can play one of these games here. And here's Go Space Monkey. Which, if you played your basic side scrollers, you know how this game plays. So it's honestly not really much to be amazed by. I'll admit this is like my second time doing it, and I'm not gonna lie, this is not all that interesting. Like this one, you're just going vertical and you can get hit by things. What you really want to look through here is this billiards or pool. I forget how you initiate this. I'm not sure you can. Actually, I don't think you initiate it right now. Maybe later on at night. But you can play pool in San Andreas. Pool or billiards, depending on how the game is titled in whatever region you might be in at the time. Is that somebody back there? Ah, okay. This brings up one last thing. I had not planned on showing this off just yet, but this does bring up something that you can do. Scattered throughout various parts of Los Santos, of San Andreas, are these stars. Now, some of you who are probably used to the newer Grand Theft Autos are probably wondering, what are these stars? Well, these stars remove wanted levels. What this essentially is that it doesn't automatically remove the entire wanted level like a pay and spray does. Because the pay and spray, the one thing pay and spray does is that you go into it, you spray your car, but the lights will flash. The stars will flash. When the stars, as long as the stars are flashing, you can very much get your wanted level back if you commit a single crime. Bump into a cop, if you get 6 stars and you get a paint spray and lower it down, you bump into a police officer, those 6 stars come right back. If you do it before it vanishes. How the stars work inside San Andreas is that it will remove 1 star of your overall wanted level. Let's say you get up to 5 stars, but you can't really handle what 5 stars throws at you. You can, if you know where one of them are, one of the many of them that are located in San Andreas are, you can go find it, knock it down to 4, get a little bit more comfortable, get your bearings back, and then try to work back up to that 5 or 6 level. And this is a relic from, I believe, Vice City. I don't believe this removal star wanted level was in 3. At least if it was, I've never used it. So that might be one thing. But I believe this returns from Vice City. Now, let's continue on with Ryder's missions.
Hey, Ryder, what the hell you doing?
Nigga, I couldn't find that wet I buried, so I'm making my own.
Strong.
It's easy, fool.
Man, don't do that. You'll saute the both of us.
Morning, boys.
Man, who you calling boy, fool?
Well, what should I call you, midget?
How about prick?
Prick.
Yeah, prick works.
Man, fuck you.
Bitch, get out of here. Smells good. What's cooking? Where's mine?
Man, just chill out, alright? Move. Yeah, sweat me.
My wife loves this stuff, man. Anyway, there's a train gonna make an unscheduled stop just down the way. It's got a, how you say, little something something on board for you boys. Square business, man.
Catch you later, homeboys.
Asshole.
Oh, Carl. Try not to kill any more respected police officers. Please.
Crime has certainly gone up since you got back, kid.
Just doing my part for the community.
Your train's gonna be there in 5.
You drive, CJ, seeing as you missed the driver and all.
Ah, not your shit again. Don't give me a hard time about my driving. I ain't got the energy for it, man.
Well, don't go roll a damn car over and blow us all up in flames then.
Nah, I ain't rising to your shit, man.
Good. Means you concentrate on the road then.
You love to give a homie a hard time.
Just trying to keep my soldiers alive, nigga.
By nagging them to death?
Watch the road, motherfucker. The road. Yeah, here we go.
That's our train, all right. Shit, look like some Northside Vagos got it first.
Now what you want to do here is that, as Timpani said, this train made an unscheduled stop. Now why lock onto the train, I have no idea, because you want to get here. And now I gotta take the train from the ballers.
We got ballers trying to crash the party.
Look like Timpani told every gang in South Central.
Man, we gonna smoke those baller assholes. Go check out the train, CJ.
Now one climbs back of the train. Yeah, it seems like every single gang in Los Santos got told about this train.
Damn, what is that?
Chill out, fool. We gonna be right behind you. Throw me some boxes, CJ.
Now here's how this works. You're going to be on this train throwing these boxes at Ryder.
Keep them coming.
And I believe at a certain point the train either stops or Ryder just can't keep up, or at least Ryder's driver can't keep up. Now this isn't all that difficult.
Okay, CJ, that's all I can carry. Hop in the car and stab out, fool. Man, we got one time on our tail.
So here's what you want to do. You want to go to a paint spray. But yeah, it's not that difficult as long as you have a good idea of physics and just timing. It's just, as long as you have a good understanding of physics and timing, you should be fine. Like, you should be fine to do.
Head back to Grove Street, fool.
See there. Now see, this time around it said, I don't know if it said it last time, but this time it said you got a new engine and paint job. What a new engine means is that you got essentially you got a refill health bar. That's all a new engine means. And as you can see here, this mission wasn't all that difficult. As a matter of fact, I didn't die. I think the only difficulty I had was just getting the targeting reticle to work properly, but as you can see, it's not that hard.
Damn, homie, your stuff was tight.
Yeah, you too, homie.
LB's coming over to stash the shit.
Okay, later then.
For life, CJ. For life, you heard?
Now, the one thing I'm trying to figure out is that throughout our tenure with Sweet, we hardly ever bumped into Timpani, but with Smoke and Ryder, I don't know. It just seems like every other day they're just getting harassed by these guys. But for right now, we're gonna go ahead and save. Now, you might not have heard due to my talking. The other Grove Street member that was in the car with Ryder was actually speaking to CJ. Because he was addressing him. As he said CJ and all that stuff. Yeah. Apparently, the other NPCs do have various miscellaneous voice acting lines. Probably nothing significant, but it is interesting to note. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what Ryder has next.
Hey, Rod! Low. Rod!
Yeah, CJ. Hey, CJ, tell me why I didn't finish high school.
Because you've been dealing drugs, man, since the age of 10.
No, that ain't it.
Because you had put hands on that teacher for wearing baller colors.
No, that ain't it either. It's cause I'm too intelligent for this shit, man. I am the real deal, fool. Oh, yeah. A genius.
Oh, yeah.
Who has more straps than anybody? Who has all the straps, huh?
A man with a lot of guns. Shit, I give up.
The army, my nigga. The army. Let's go.
Yeah.
Go hit
Get
the
that
way.
out my face,
Go
man.
hit the
Like,
way.
you know I don't fuck with
Oh,
that,
come
man.
on, man.
Come on.
Buster.
Okay, so apparently we're going to be robbing the army. Who said this was a good idea again? Oh yeah, Ryder when he was high.
You think you can roll this van without killing us both?
Hey, Ryder, where we going?
Ocean docks.
How we get this van? It wasn't outside when I came through.
My homie LB, he like a clockwork ninja. Real dependable. Unlike some of you motherfuckers.
Give it a rest, man. I lost my little brother, and now I lost my mom.
Don't matter how much shit the city throw at you. CJ, you gotta stick by your homies.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so that's interesting. Apparently, I had it wrong in the earlier part. In the earlier part, I said that CJ was the youngest, with Sweet being the oldest, Kendall probably being the second oldest, and their brother Brian probably being the middle boy. Turns out Brian was the youngest brother. So yeah, and Sweet's definitely the oldest. I certainly doubt that Sweet would be talking to CJ like that, no matter what kind of mentality he had, whether he's a gang leader or not. You know, that's just something I just don't see happening in CJ's family. But yeah, CJ bring up a good point. You know, like I asked in an earlier part, where does Ryder get these vehicles from? And Ryder's response is, yeah, his buddy LB knows how to. No, either knows a guy who knows a guy, or he just has the stuff on tap when we need it. It's kind of a funny way of just kind of pointing out how. Wait a minute. That's what I thought. Oh, police. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna pull this over real quick. But yeah, it's kind of a funny way of pointing out the game mechanic of you kind of need something and it's not there when you arrive, but the moment you get there, suddenly it's exactly where you need it. And that's and it's kind of a fun way of pointing it out, you know? But anyway, anyway, we're heading to the docks here. Apparently we're gonna rob Uncle Sam. This can only end so well. This
is the spot. National Guard Depot.
Man, this shit look real serious. Are we up for this?
It's National Guard, fool. Weekend soldiers. Ain't no match for Grove Street OGs.
Okay, so you gotta open the front gate by shooting the switch on the other side of the wall. Okay, so essentially we're going to take on the army.
Hey, stop where you are!
Shut up, huh? What's wrong, you asshole?
Nice job, CJ. Thought that was a suicide mission for sure.
Somehow I doubt it would be
Now open
this
the warehouse
easy.
and keep these motherfuckers busy.
Well, apparently gangster level has been reached with
Yeah, open for business. Back that van up in here.
apparently gangster level has been reached for the pistols. So there we go.
I watch our backs while you use the forklift to collect the crates.
This is a little bit different from how I remember. How I remember the so the actual crate mechanics here are the forklift mechanics I should
Okay,
say
homie, let's load this shit up.
behave a little bit differently. The forklift mechanics behave a little bit differently than they did back in the PlayStation 2. I'm not certain if this was the case for the original Xbox release, but for the PlayStation 2 release, I distinctly remember that you could adjust the crates, the forklift height, and yeah, just the forklift height, fully. Like here, it says you have to hit the button, and it will, and the crates will
Shit,
go,
CJ. Shit.
and the crates will go automatically. But it used to be, if my memory serves correct, that you could adjust it to where it's like if you want the crates to be at half height, they would be at half height. If you wanted them to be at full height, you can put them at full height for the forklift. I guess this must have been a change they made for the because like I said, this if I remember correctly, this version of San Andreas is a version that was ported from the
It's too many damn weekend soldiers.
that was ported to the iOS store.
There's more outside.
It was ported to the iOS store. Also, since you know there's only 4 in there, we're going to get some of the crates out here. But it was a version that was ported to the iOS store, and then it was subsequently ported to the virtual consoles, the virtual console marketplace, or virtual console, or eShop for short. And I guess probably to compensate for the fact that they just either didn't want to try to program it, or they couldn't program having a fully adjustable.
They crawling out the woodwork.
Having a fully adjustable. Gotta be careful here because a rider, if he dies, mission failed. So we're going to put this one in the back here. But I guess to compensate for the inability to,
Come on, CJ. We got enough.
or I guess to compensate for having,
Front and drive us out of here.
I guess to compensate for having for not trying to put him right in the head. I guess to try to compensate for having essentially a very massive open world already in your hands.
They got a storage garage up in Willowfield. Go! Damn, man, these idiots just don't give up.
What's happening back there?
These part-time soldiers got a chip on their shoulder.
Nice rhymes, man. Hey, we real heavy. Toss some crates.
All right, check it out. Sound the horn, I throw a crate at them.
So you hit the left thumbstick. You can sound the horn and have rider throw a crate at the people. I usually don't do that just because I like to try to see if I can't get there without having to waste a single crate. But essentially,
I ain't rolling with you no more, man, till you off that water, homie. It mess with your mind.
Whatever you say, fool. You don't know what's going on.
And what that mean?
I ain't listening to no more of your bullshit. We got the guns. You ain't no gangster, homie. You what, smooth? You don't want no trouble. I keep it real.
You wouldn't know real if it came and hit you in your cheeks, homie. What you could do if it gave you a hit first.
I ain't listening to you, Carl. That shit was tight.
Tight. Man, that shit was shit.
Man, you say you down for the homies, but all you do is complain.
Ryder do have a point, CJ. You do complain a lot, but honestly, Ryder, CJ has a point. A lot of stuff you do is really crazy and dangerous suicidal. Oh, you just saw that? That's an example of the police actually going after somebody that's not you because they broke the law. And since I don't feel like trying to get into a police chase right now, we're just gonna grab this truck here. But yeah, I think going off on a tangent here, trying to finish that train of thought so I don't leave you guys hanging here, because I'm certain some people do not like having commentators just up and stop talking or just drop a subject entirely without ever coming back to it. But I think to compensate for putting an open world game on a handheld, which honestly this game isn't that big, you can probably get away. You can get away with doing it, but to get away with putting it on a handheld and have it run smoothly, you probably had to, compensate or compromise in certain areas in order to make it run smoothly. And I guess having a forklift that was fully adjustable was probably one of them. Which honestly, for all intents and purposes, is a fine adjustment. I don't think there's too much of a issue there. But yeah. At any rate, I've been Devious Wolf. This has been San Andreas, and I'll catch you later.